Alright, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mangs, and it's time for my final video of 2017. Not my final video on the channel, but the final video of 2017. It is the long-awaited New Year's Eve vlog that I know a lot of you guys have been looking forward to. I certainly have been making forward to making this video, because I really enjoy these videos. It's sort of become a tradition on my channel over the past few years. I usually make a vlog around New Year's Eve, where I talk a little bit about my channel, my dreams, where I want the channel to go in the next year and how I think this year went. So I have split this video up into 6 segments, and there will be timestamps in the video description if you guys just want to go watch a couple of them if you don't have time to watch the entire thing. But I highly advise you sit through this whole thing, because I got a lot of things to say, and I think you guys will enjoy a lot of what I have to say. At least that's what I hope. The first segment is going to be my thoughts on 2017. I'm going to be talking a little bit about the games that we got, how the Fire Emblem franchise has evolved, and I'm also going to be talking a little bit about YouTube, because the two are kind of intertwined. YouTube, it's been a rough year for YouTube, to say the least, and I think it's about time I deconstruct some of my feelings, because I've actually been really quiet on this issue. I haven't really been talking a lot about YouTube as a whole, because I feel like everyone else has, very loudly. Number 2, I'm going to be talking about my analytics. I'm going to be showing you guys my analytics. 2016 versus 2017. Basically, I'm going to show you guys how much my channel has grown. I'm going to show you guys the numbers, everything regarding my channel, how many new subscribers I've gotten, how many views I've gotten, and I think you guys will enjoy me picking apart some of these numbers. There's some interesting analytics in here, and I'm going to be deconstructing them and telling you guys exactly why I think the numbers are the way they are. And personally, I think the numbers are really good, and I think you guys will find it enjoyable to see exactly how much my channel has grown, if you're interested in that sort of thing. If not, just skip it. Then, number 3, I'm going to be talking a little bit about my goals for 2018. Where do I want the channel to go? What am I hoping to accomplish? What do I want to do with it? Who do I want to work with? What kind of new projects do I want to go for? And, just generally just talking about where I wish to go. I've got some announcements that I think you guys will find interesting. Then, number 4, I'm going to be talking about something that I have been asked about a lot, but I haven't really been giving you guys any updates as of late. And I'm going to be talking about my health issues. Maybe some of you guys who remember, like 6 months back, I told you guys that I've been really struggling with a couple health issues, and I decided to do something about it, and I've been working really hard for the past 6 months, and I think I'm finally ready to tell you guys exactly where I stand, how I'm doing, and the way ahead, and exactly what kind of effect it has had on me, both mentally and physically. And I'm really looking forward to share my results with you guys. Then, number 5, we're going to be talking about a very serious topic. I think maybe one of the more important topics of 2017. Something that I think needs to be talked a lot more about. It's regarding false online accusations and allegations. This is something that personally has affected me. I think a lot of you guys will remember. If not, I will tell you guys exactly what happened. And I am going to be sharing with you guys my thoughts on exactly why we have so much allegations being thrown everywhere in 2017. 2017 has in many ways been the year of allegations. It seems to be affecting everyone. And of course, I'm not saying all of them are false, but I'm going to be talking about the false one in particular, and exactly why I think it's so horrible, and why I think we really need to look at this issue and really improve ourselves. And in particular, I'm going to be talking about who this hurts, and I think this will surprise you, because I don't think it's who you guys think it is. I'm going to be talking about the real victims of online false accusations and allegations, and exactly why they are so dangerous, and exactly why we need to stop it, and really look at ourselves and realize why we're doing the things we're doing, and why we need to be a lot more critical, and why we need to demand a lot more evidence in these situations. So I'm going to be talking, and I warn you guys, it's going to be a very serious topic, and I'm probably going to get really harsh. And if you guys don't like seeing me angry, I think you guys should just skip this segment, because it's not going to be for the faint of heart. I'm going to be speaking right from the heart, and I'm going to be pouring a lot of emotions into this topic, because it's something that is actually very, very important to me. And not just me personally. It's not just about blah, 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 I got false accusations, I wanted to stop. It's not about me, really. It's about something much bigger than me. And then I want to close it off with segment number 6, with a special thank you to everyone who has helped me in 2017. Everyone has helped me both indirectly and directly. There's a lot of people behind the scenes that you guys probably don't know about, some people that you do know about, and some people that you probably have never heard about that do help me every single day, and that have been a tremendous influence and help to this channel. And I really want to highlight those people and really give them a big shout out and really thank them from the bottom of my heart. Because there's a lot of people that you guys probably don't know about who has really contributed and helped me through 2017, and I wouldn't be here without those people, and I think they deserve a big thank you. So those are the 6 segments that I will be going through, and yeah, I hope you guys will sit through the whole thing. But if you guys just want to go and watch certain segments, I totally understand that. And also, do tune in for tonight's big New Year's Eve stream. I'm going to be starting streaming regular time. And I'm gonna go until I collapse. That's the idea. I'm gonna be spending New Year's Eve home streaming. I decided I didn't want to go out and get drunk tonight. Every time I do that, every single New Year's Eve, I go out and drink. I just don't have fun. I don't know what it is. I'm probably getting old. I'm probably getting tired of just going out and drinking. But I just don't have a good time anymore going out drinking and partying. It just doesn't. I don't know. I just lost my taste for it completely. So I was like, you know what? To anyone who wants to stay at home and play video games on New Year's Eve, let's spend New Year's Eve together and come and watch me play games. It's going to be a very special stream. I'm going to be inviting a lot of different guests on, depending on who I can get my hands on. I don't really have a schedule. What I plan to do is just to have a straw poll, and you guys can basically decide on what games you want to see me play, and you guys can decide on who I should call up and join and you know, invite in on the stream. And I'm going to be going through multiple games, and you guys will get to decide everything that goes on via voting. So that's the plan. Gonna be getting shit-faced drunk, so bring your alcohol, guys. It's gonna be great. And yeah, I hope you guys will tune in for that. But for now, let's go through this vlog and let's go jump into the first topic. Alright, so let's talk about 2017, and primarily let's take a look at the 3 Fire Emblem games that 2017 brought us. So in February, we got Fire Emblem Heroes, the first mobile app game for Fire Emblem, and it was a huge success. I mean, it's such a different game if you really think about it, and the industry itself has kind of grown apart from the main Fire Emblem franchise in many ways, I feel, and has actually grown bigger right now. I mean, quite recently, the Fire Emblem Heroes subreddit actually outgrew the Fire Emblem main subreddit, which is pretty insane when you think about it, considering that has been around for a very long time. So it's a mobile game, and mobile games are by their very nature a lot more appealing to the younger generations, who primarily play games on their phones these days. At least that's the impression that I have. And many people don't like gacha games, but I will concede and say that, you know, I was originally wrong in my predictions regarding Fire Emblem Heroes. I thought it was just gonna be a flash in the pan, you know, funny for 2 months, then people were just gonna forget about it. I was completely wrong in that regard. It really became popular, and many people like to rant on how bad gacha games and how they're addictive and how they're just a cash grab, but I think that at the end of the day, Fire Emblem Heroes is probably one of the best gacha games I have ever seen personally. I think that it's a really well-designed game. It has beautiful artwork, and it's a lot of fun to play. I still play it. I haven't been making a lot of videos the past month because I've been very busy with other things, but I definitely think that Fire Emblem Heroes will always be something that I will do occasionally on the channel, but it won't be my main focus. But as far as its success, it has done a lot of good things for the Fire Emblem community. I'm really happy that they released it, and I'm happy that it's doing well, even though it's sort of like a different subsection of the Fire Emblem community that is into Heroes. There is some overlap, like people doing both, but I think in particular there's a pretty more large portion of the fan base who are playing Heroes and who do not necessarily play a lot of the official main titles. At least that's my impression. That's what I think. I don't have any evidence to back this claim up. It's just my predictions based on the analytics on my channel and what I see. There seems to be a bit of a divide between the two, but overall, I think Fire Emblem Heroes really set out and accomplished what it wanted to do, and I think that overall it has had a positive impact on the Fire Emblem community as a whole. It's bringing us a lot of beautiful artwork. It's basically just bringing more attention to the main franchise, and I think it's very important that, you know, it can draw people into Fire Emblem Heroes and then actually make them play some of the real games. So, you know, the more people we get into the Fire Emblem franchise, the better it is. It doesn't matter how we get them there, you know. If someone starts playing Heroes randomly one day and someone tells them that you should go and play like Fire Emblem Awakening, and they decide to go pick up a copy of Awakening and play through it, and it's like, hey, there's Lonku, I have him in Heroes, a 5-star unit. You know, I think that is very positive, and I think that Heroes gets a lot of crap But I think that's the nature of gacha games, because they're sort of like pay to win, and I think pay to win games will always have an element of bitterness to them, because you have the people who can't spend a lot of money versus the whales, and the people who are resentful of the whales. So there is always going to be sort of like a bit of a bitter murmur right there in the shadows from people who don't like the fact that they can't spend as much money on the game as they want to. So that's sort of like the sad truth of the gacha games. But overall, I think that it's a good game, and I like what it has done to the franchise as a whole. Then in May we got Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia, the game that no one expected, but that most people ended up liking, I think. But it was just such a shock. Like, a remake, nobody expected that. Even less a remake of Gaiden, like one of the least popular games in the franchise. I still couldn't believe it, and I still have difficulties believing it to this day. I think back on it, I'm like, wow, they really remade Gaiden. I can't believe they did that. Echoes was in many ways, I think, an experiment by Intelligent Systems. It was an experiment to see how well the community would welcome a remake, and not just a remake, but a remake of a really not well-known game. And I initially predicted Echoes would not sell well. But in fact, while it did not end up selling as well as Fates and Awakening, it did actually, apparently, according to rumors, sell out most of the games that they had in stock. So they actually predicted from the very start that it wouldn't sell as well. I think Echo sold about a third of what Fates and Awakening did. And it sold particularly poorly in Japan, but better in the West. So the Japanese were actually less stoked about a remake of a Japanese exclusive title, which is interesting. But at the end of the day, I think that Echoes was a bit of an experiment. They wanted to see how well they could do a remake, and they did it really well. It's a really good game. But of course, it also had its issues. A lack of replayability. I hate to say it, but IGN was actually right in this regard. I haven't been picking up Echoes ever since I completed it, and I don't think I will for a pretty long while, because I feel like I've seen everything that the game has to offer. I'm not even interested in doing the post-game content, because I know what's down there, and I'm not particularly intrigued by just a labyrinth of random encounters, which I think is the weakest aspect of Echoes. So yeah, at the end of the day, I think that Echoes was a very charming game. It did what it set out to do, but it didn't generate quite the buzz that I had hoped, if I'm going to be completely honest. And this is something that I think is really important to point out. If you weren't around in 2015, 2016, like Awakening and the Awakening and Fates Mania, it was a very blazing time, in lack of a better way to describe it. Like, it was a bustling time in the Fire Emblem community, with all the new players coming in, playing Awakening for the first time. It was like a clash with the veterans and the newcomers. I mean, we crowned the phrase Awakening baby. You know, that's what we call people who came in and played Awakening and like pretended like they were good at Fire Emblem, but in reality they were just like us when we played our first Fire Emblem game like many years back. And it was a lot of arguing, I remember. Like hanging out in the official Fire Emblem Facebook page, and I would get into fights every day with people who came in and, you know, tried out Fire Emblem 7 for the first time. And like, Nino's such a good unit. I was like, oh, what an Awakening baby. But in a way, I miss the energy and the, like, all the arguments and all the fighting that took place. It was a chaotic and hectic time in the Fire Emblem franchise, but compared to Echoes, everyone's just kind of like calm and nice, you know? It's like, Echoes, yeah, it's a nice game. I liked Echoes. It's good. Whereas with Fates and Awakening, it was like constant fighting every single day. And of course, a lot of toxicity and a lot of negativity, but also a lot of fun. And I missed that a little bit. And I do hope that, you know, the Fire Emblem game in 2018, that I'll be talking more about that later, I do hope that I will bring some of that energy back, because I do miss it a little bit. I mean, if you compare my, just go and compare my part 1 of my Conquest Let's Play, and compare that to part 1 of my Echoes Let's Play. I haven't looked at the numbers exactly, but I do believe the Conquest Let's Play is well over 100,000 views at this point. Whereas my Fates Let's Play, I'm not really sure where that is right now, 30, 40,000 maybe? So you can see the difference and I'm not saying like my analytics and my videos are perfect representations of how a game is done, but there is definitely a lot less interest for Echoes compared to Fates and Awakening. And I do hope that we manage to recapture the essence of the mania times of 2014, 2015, and 2016. So yeah, I do like Echoes. It's a very well done game. I think that it gets a lot of crap, but I also think it has some problems that I hope they don't repeat in a future remake. Honestly, I did say I was going to make a video on Echoes and what it did wrong. I did make a video about what Echoes did right, called Why You Should Play Fire Emblem Echoes: Shadows of Valentia. And a lot of people have been waiting for my negative video on Echoes, but honestly, I'm not even sure if I'm ever gonna make it, because I feel like everything that I have to say have been said a million times in the community already. I don't feel like I have anything original to contribute, and if I don't have anything original to contribute to a video, I don't feel like making it, because I'm just gonna be beating a dead horse and just repeating things that everyone already knows. So maybe I'll make the video, maybe I won't, but it's still something that I need to consider. Then in October we got Warriors, and probably the least impressive title of 2017. Warriors was, I think, what we all expected it to be. I mean, I think I hit the nail with the hammer. Hit the hammer on the nail? I don't know. I think I pretty much predicted how Warriors would play out. I said that it would be a fun game with a shitty story and a lot of fan service. And I think that's exactly what it ended up being. And I don't think anyone was either disappointed or excited about Warriors. I think everyone was just like, oh, it's a spin-off game. And, you know, it was fun. You know, it's fun to play. It's alright. I don't particularly like the art style, but it's, I think, kind of similar to Echoes. It's set out what, or it has done what it set out to do, which is basically just to create a funny spin-off game. And I think it succeeded in doing that. It didn't revolutionize the franchise, it didn't bring in a ton of new fans, but it gave us a nice little game that I think people enjoyed. But it's not going to be a game we will talk about and replay for years to come. It's just going to be one of those games similar to Tokyo Mirage Sessions, just going to be a game that happened, that we all know about, but it's not going to be anything spectacular or revolutionary. So in all, I think that 2017 was a really good year for the Fire Emblem franchise. We got 3 games, which is a lot. But I will say that compared to the Fates and Awakening era, I feel like the energy levels have gone down a little bit in the community, and I do hope that we can sort of like recapture the spirit that we had. And it's kind of up to the front. It's not really up to us. It's up to Nintendo, really, to release a good game in 2018. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the 2018 have in store for the Fire Emblem franchise. You know, here's to hoping. I really hope that it will go forward and that it will be positive. So we can only speculate at this point. But overall, I think it's been a good year. There's not a lot to complain about, to be completely honest. There's things to nitpick and there's things that we hope can be done better. But overall, I think it's been a good year. I think we should be happy for 2017 and the Fire Emblem franchise as a whole. So let's talk a little bit about YouTube in 2017, and I'm going to be completely honest here. I think 2017 might go down as one of the worst years in YouTube history in terms of how much the company has dicked over their content creators. A lot of people I know have gotten 90 to 95% of their videos demonetized. The Adpocalypse rolled out and it was terrible, and I can't imagine that it was the best way for YouTubers to deal with things. I know that they lost a lot of advertisers and that they had to do something to get them back, but I think that how they went about things, I think that in many ways the censorship and political correctness that has overtaken the world in 2017 has impacted YouTube in a really bad way. And personally, I haven't been hit as hard. If I were to give like an estimate, I'd say like maybe 30% of my content has been demonetized. So it's not bad to the point where I kind of have to stop doing YouTube, but it did make me lose a lot of sleep on certain occasions when I got strike after strike after strike. I rolled around in bed at night and I was like, I think maybe I won't be able to continue doing this if this continues. One of the reasons why I'm still here is thanks to my Patreon supporters. I hate to like use this content to plug my Patreon, but I really have to say, if it wasn't for my Patreon and my Patreon supporters, I wouldn't be able to continue doing this. So that has been a lifeline that has kept me in the game, and I hope that 2018 will be better in this regard. I think it's going to take a lot for it to be worse than 2017, and to their credit, they have gotten a little bit better at, like, you can actually, when your video gets demonetized, you can put in an application to remonetize it, and this process has been sped up. Now it usually takes them about a day. Usually in the past, like a couple months ago when it first came in, it used to take them like several months at worst. So they have gotten a lot better at it, and I do hope that they will change the direction moving forward in 2018 and stop all this ridiculous censorship that they're doing, because it's killing the platform. I don't think YouTube will die in 2018, but if 2018 gets worse, then I think that we might see some other platforms emerge and people might move over to other platforms where they get less censorship and more ability to speak freely. I will say that one of the reasons why I think the YouTube is going in the direction that it's going, it's partly because of its new CEO, a woman by the name of Susan Wojcicki. I really do not like this woman. I really do not like her at all. If you go watch some of her interviews, she is a person that I don't think should be in charge of YouTube. She talks a lot about microaggressions and mansplaining. I'm not joking. It's really bad, and I think she is one of the key figureheads in all the censorship and stupid political correctness that has been hitting YouTube really hard. And I like to think that it's not just because YouTube is trying to please their advertisers. I also think, and I'm sorry to say this, but I also think it's a bit of a political weapon because there's a lot of political figures on YouTube. And I think YouTube is targeting some platforms more than others. And it's kind of sad to see them get political in this way. Either you censor all politics or you censor no politics. I think that's the only reasonable way to go about it. It doesn't make sense that you hit some channels while leaving other channels up. Either you say, do not discuss politics on YouTube, or you say, discuss all politics. Like, freedom of speech is only freedom of speech if everyone has it. If you take it away from some people, then it stops being freedom of speech. So, my apologies. So I think this is something that YouTube seriously need to get better at if they don't want their platform to succumb within a couple of years. But so far, you know, I'm positive. I hope that things will improve. I think that YouTube is still by far the best platform to express yourself creatively. And I hope that they'll get their shit together and hopefully fire Susan Wojcicki because she is terrible. Alright, let's talk analytics. This is my favorite part. So it's time to deconstruct the numbers. I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how my channel did in 2017 compared to how it did in 2016. And we're going to talk about how it has grown. And I gotta say, guys, I didn't know the numbers were going to be like this when I first sat down and I looked at them. And I'm pretty grateful, if I'm going to be completely honest. I like these numbers a lot. So, let's talk about views. So views is the lifeblood of YouTube. Views is everything. Like, if you don't generate views, it doesn't matter how many subs you have, it doesn't matter how many likes you get, it doesn't matter how many comments you get. Views are really the big success factor. Like, if you can generate views, that's really all that matters. Of course, everything else helps you get views, like likes, comments, subscriptions, everything, like, helps you get the views, but at the end of the day, it's the views that you want to get. So, in 2016, I generated almost 7 million views in total. That's pretty good. I mean, not fantastic, but it's alright. In 2017, I generated 12,700,000 views. A little bit over. So that is an 84.95% increase and almost a doubling in views. I'm very happy about this. I think that if you almost manage to double your total view counts, then you have done particularly well on YouTube. So I do hope that this will continue to increase in 2018, but I am very, very satisfied with these numbers. So great job on the views. Thank you guys for sticking with me and watching my contents. I'm really, really happy about that. Then let's talk about shares. Now, shares are basically whenever someone links your video somewhere. If you link my video to a friend, if you post my video on a gaming message board, if you post it on your Facebook feed, that is one share. And in 2016, my videos were shared 4,329 times. In 2017, my videos were shared almost 20,000 times, 19,956 times in total. So that is a 362.80% increase. So what this tells me is that you guys are much better, like almost 4 times as good at actually taking my videos and going like, hey guys, watch this. And I gotta say, if you really wonder how you can help my channel sometimes, if you watch one of my videos and you really like it, send it to a friend, post it on Reddit, post it on Twitter, post it anywhere that you think it might be watched, any gaming message board really. That is probably one of the best things you can do for my channel, because if someone clicks that video and they subscribe to my channel and they start watching, you have basically generated a fan that will give me a lot of views over the years. So again, you guys have gotten amazing at sharing my videos, and I'm like, this is by far the biggest increase in 2017, and I'm really happy about that, because shares just really shows that you are really enthusiastic and you're helping me spread my content to the far corners of the internet. So thank you a lot for what you guys have done. I'm really, really grateful. Then let's talk likes. Likes are an interesting stat. In 2016, my videos were liked 212,000 times. So that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, compared to my view count, that is a really good like ratio, and you guys are really adamant and really good at liking. So liking is one of those things that really helps you generate more views. If a video gets a lot of likes, it gets prioritized, it gets recommended. So likes are sort of like the lifeblood of the views. Views are the lifeblood of YouTube. Likes are the lifeblood of views. And in 2017. My videos got liked 409,000 times, so that is a 94% increase, almost a doubling. So the views double, the likes double. So again, what this tells me is that you guys have just kept up your ability to like my videos. Like, as the view count increased, so has the likes. In fact, I mean, my views have gone up 84% and my like ratio has gone up 94%, so that actually tells me that you guys have gotten better in 2017 at liking my videos, and that is really good. I hate asking for it every single video, but it is one of those things that are just so important. So again, if you want to know how to really help out my channel, you know, shares and likes. Likes are just amazing. So thank you so much for remembering to like my videos. It really means a lot. Then let's talk dislikes. So this is an interesting stat as well. In 2016, my videos got disliked 4,207 times, which is not a lot. I gotta say, my like to dislike ratio in 2016, pretty good, if I may say so myself. In 2017, my videos were disliked in total 8,271 times, so that is a 97% increase in dislikes. But again, I expected it to be much higher. If I'm going to be completely honest, I expected it to be much higher. So basically, if you look at how much my videos have increased in terms of likes and in terms of dislikes, I mean, 94% more likes and 97% more dislikes. So on average, I've pissed off slightly more people in 2017 compared to 2016. But overall, it has increased exponentially with the view count. So I'm not particularly unhappy about this. I think that if you really deconstruct my like to dislike ratio, considering the fact that I got 12 million, almost 13 million views, and I only got 8,271 dislikes, I consider that really good, actually. Because I consider every time someone dislikes your video, it's probably because you pissed them off. So that just means generally I don't piss off my fans as much as maybe I think I do. So maybe I need to get meaner? I don't know. I do remember that one episode in Fates that I called the Dislikening, where I killed like 5 people and that got like 500 dislikes or something like that. That was kind of hilarious. Anyway, let's move on to comments. So in 2016, I got 55,210 comments in total. In 2017, I got 93,364 comments. So that is a 71% increase in comments, and that is fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Again, comments are perhaps... I don't quite know the algorithm, if likes are more important than comments or the other way around, but one thing I do know is that reading comments is one of the things that probably keeps me making videos. Whether or not likes and comments are different in value, I don't know how much YouTube values the different ones. I do know that reading your guys' comments in the comment section is personally what keeps me going. When I make a video, it's so amazing to read what you guys think about the video. Even if you dislike it and you criticize it, that's also fun. That's how I learn. That's how I improve. And I gotta say, I got a really vocal audience. 12 million views, almost 100,000 comments. At the end of the day, that's really good considering... I think most YouTube channels have like a 5 to 10% vocality rate, and what that means is that if you get 100,000 views on your video, on average about 5,000 to 10,000 of those people will be vocal and share their opinions. So overall, you guys are doing great, and you are really commenting on a lot of videos, and again, comments, I don't care how valuable they are, I just know that I really love reading them, and it's actually gotten to the point where I struggle to read all the comments on a daily basis, but I still try my best. And I still try my best to like and heart the comments that I really like reading. And I think that if you as a YouTuber ever get to the point where you can't read the comments of your subscriber base, you gotta slow down. Because your comments are really important, I think, because they're how people express their opinions on your videos. That, to me, tells a lot more than some arbitrary thumbs up or thumbs down. So, thank you guys for all the comments. Then, lastly, let's take a look at the subscriber counts, and in 2016, I got 14,751 new subscribers. In 2017, I got 7,725 subscribers, so that is a 21% increase in subscriber count. By far the least growth. I was really surprised about this one, actually. I expected it to be a lot higher, but I must say that I got a big influx of subs with Fates, and then it has sort of been a slow crawl from there. But I will say that despite me only getting 21% more subs compared to last year, you can see that how much more active you guys have been. Like from 7 million views up to 12 million views. Yet despite only getting 20% more subs. That is pretty insane when you think about it. So in almost every other demographic, everything on my channel has come close to double. Yet my subs have only gone up 20%, but it seems to me that while I am getting subs rather slowly, the subs that do come to my channel are a lot more active. And that is nice to see. So it means that I may not generate a lot of subs, but I'm generating loyal, vocal, and very active subs that are very involved in my community. And that, to me, tells a lot more than just some arbitrary number. Now, of course, my goal, I do ideally hope to get more subs, because subs is sort of like the gateway. Like, the first things people will check out when they visit your channel is usually how well you're doing in terms of subs. That is something that I do hope to rectify, but at the same time, it doesn't make me sad that I only went up 20% in this regard, because all of my other demographics are so good. Then I'm just going to show you guys some minor statistics. This is just something that I just felt like throwing in there. You guys might find it interesting. So in 2016, the demographics between male and female were 91% men, 9% women. So a lot more men watch my content than women. I'm not surprised, but still 9% of my viewers are women, and that is a considerable amount of girls when you think about it. Think about how, you know, I don't think that Fire Emblem is an industry that appeals to a lot of chicks. So I think this is kind of cool. In 2017, this changed to 92% men and 8.4% women. So a slight downscale in women, but overall, the demographics kind of stayed the same. In my top 5 countries in 2016 are USA, or the States. My videos are viewed most in the States at 55%, so 55% of my viewerships come from the States. 7.6% from Canada, probably all of Cast's friends, 6.1% from Germany, and 5% from the UK, and 2% from Australia. Those are my top 5 countries. And this didn't really change that much in 2017. Stayed most of the same. A small decrease in my Canadian, my German, and my UK audience. Australia just went up a slight bit, but this has not changed much at all. But it is fun to see that, you know, the States is where my main audience comes from. So I do tend to try and balance my upload schedule around that, considering I know that they're 6 hours ahead of me, or behind me. Behind me, not ahead of me. So those are my analytics for 2017 versus 2016, and I'm really looking forward to, if I'm still around here next year, which I hope I am, that I will have the same growth. It was going to be very interesting to see, because this has definitely been a year of growth for me, and I'm very interested in seeing if I can make it even better next year. It's mainly up to you guys. It's really mainly up to you guys. I do hope that you guys will stay diligent in liking, commenting, and you know, subscribing and sharing my videos. You guys have been amazing so far, so I really thank you guys. I'm really, really proud and really, really happy to have you guys around. So thank you a lot. Alright, so let's talk about my goals for 2018. Where do I want the channel to go? What do I want to do? Well, I got many things that I would like to do in 2018. The first thing is, of course, the new Fire Emblem game. I mean, that's a given. We know by now that there will be a Fire Emblem game coming out for the Switch sometime in 2018. It's just labeled Fire Emblem Switch 2018. That's all we know. For all we know, could come out in December, so it could be like a year from now before we even hear about it. But hopefully it will come out sometime in 2018. Like, best case scenario, I think, is like summer 2018. I think that's stretching it, but I think that would be awesome. So obviously, whenever that Fire Emblem game comes out, I got my capture card ready and everything, thanks to Fake Mankey. And that will probably be the focal point of my channel for a very long time to come. If, like, it's a brand new title, so I'm hoping it's going to be as big as Fates. That's at least what I'm hoping for. But other projects that I'm very interested in, I really want to make some sort of podcast series. Not just your average get together with a bunch of people and discuss Fire Emblem, but I was thinking about like a one-on-one series where I interview certain Fire Emblem YouTubers for 10 to 15 minutes. I was thinking about naming it like 15 minutes with X, like For example, if I bring Gast on, I can do 15 minutes with Gas Station, and I talk to Gas Station, talk about what he likes to do, what his plans are with his channel, and I think this will give me a good opportunity to get in touch with a lot of different Fire Emblem YouTubers. Not just the big ones, like, you know, the ones you all know, but maybe some up-and-coming YouTubers as well. So that's definitely something that I'm very interested in doing. I have been playing around with the idea of bringing back Mangs Monday, but if I do that, I'm gonna have to find a good format that I can commit to. However, there is one grand project that I definitely want to do in 2018. I know it's going to be a big undertaking, but the one thing that I really want to do is to finally make my very own Fire Emblem hack. However, I'm not going to make this grand, super big, large hack with the serious story and everything. What I'm interested in doing is to make a small meme-tastic hack, maybe just 7 chapters long. That's the idea that I have for it. And I've made a basic story for it. Basically, the story is that Mecha escapes his cell, and then he kidnaps me, and he takes me home to his castle. And then my fans, or some people from Fort Mangs, has to fight their way through various different Fire Emblem YouTubers in order to get to me, because Mecha has made an alliance with Don and a bunch of other YouTubers. So he's allied himself with Gast, Mage Knight, Markijo, all those guys. And the idea is that through those 7 chapters on our way to Mecha's castle, my fans has to basically fight through a bunch of YouTubers in order to get there. With the goal being rescuing me from Mecha's cell and then imprisoning Mecha again. That's going to be the story. It's not going to take itself seriously at all. It's going to be a silly hack, full of memes, full of jokes. But however, I want the hack itself to play well and actually be interesting to play and have some conquest elements to it with some puzzles and stuff. So that's definitely something that I want to do. I want to get a team together. Currently, right now, we have 2 big projects coming up. We have the Fire Emblem 8 PME, which will be coming out. I'll be making a video about it soon. So the people that I'm gonna work with, they're going to be busy with that, and while that's going on, I'm going to be doing Corin rights. So those are 2 things that will be coming up, but I'm thinking maybe if I get a team together closer to the summer, maybe we can have the hack out like at the end of the year, at the end of 2018. I think it's about time. You know, I've been making Fire Emblem videos for so long, and now I actually have the influence to attract talented hackers to me. And I think it's about time we get together and we make the Fire Emblem Mangs hack that everyone has been waiting for. And I think we should make it as silly and as stupid as people think it should be. Because, you know, I've been in the community for so long and still I haven't actually produced anything other than, you know, videos and the occasional, like, PME. So I want to create something physical, a real game that people can actually play, and I think it's about time, and 2018 is definitely the time to do it. So expect more about that. I will probably make a video about it very, very soon. And then there were a couple of people in 2018 that I really would like to make some content with. The first one being Gast's. Me and Gast in 2017, we've kind of drifted apart a little bit. He's been busy doing his things, I've been busy doing mine, but we have been talking regularly, and it's, you know, we still are very interested in doing something together. We just gotta find the proper video to make. So I think in 2018, me and Gast definitely have to get together and make a Let's Play together again, because I think the synergy that me and Gast had back in our Fates days were really good, and I think that me and Gast are 2 people who get together really well, and I think we play off each other's strengths a lot when we play, so I definitely think I need to do more with Gasts. It's something that a lot of my fans have requested, and it's about time. I think 2018 will be the year that Mangs and Gast get together and create some content together again. We have been discussing it frequently over Discord over the holidays. The other person that I really want to get together and do more stuff with is Stevie from Lucky Crit. He's one of the up-and-coming guys in the Fire Emblem community, and he's really talented. I'm amazed by his ability to just churn out videos that get like 20,000 views overnight. He's really good. I've done one video on his channel, and he's appeared in a video on my channel, and I think it's 2018 is the year that we should probably get together and make a series together or something. I definitely think Stevie is an amazing guy, and I want to do more work with him. We just got to find the proper format for it. Then the third guy that I have been talking to about doing a collab with is Sagemaster. Sagemaster has expressed interest in us doing something together, probably something Heroes related. I haven't been doing a lot of Heroes content on the channel this Christmas, but if I get more back into it in 2018, which I probably will, I think Sagemaster is one of the guys that I should definitely do a collab with. So those are my hopes and dreams for 2018 to recap really quickly. I'm probably gonna, like, if Fire Emblem 16 comes out, that's gonna be the focal point. Everything else will get dropped, and that will be my main priority. If it doesn't come out until like closer to the end of the year, then I would like to do a podcast series with Fire Emblem YouTubers. I would like to work on my Mangs hack. I would like to do collabs with Gast, Lucky Crit, and Sagemaster. And yeah, what do you guys want to see me do in 2018? Let me know in the comment section. Oh, and yeah, another thing that I'm looking forward to in 2018, or a thing that I hope will maybe get done in 2018. The Staff of Aegis. Seriously, Staff of Aegis team. I need more Staff of Aegis. Can you please finish the hack? Please, 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 please. Alright, I realized I forgot to talk about Staff of Aegis. I had to do it at least once during this vlog, so yeah. I'm really looking forward to Staff of Aegis. Whatever updates will come our way. I do hope we get more Staff of Aegis in 2018. Alright, so it's time to talk about my health issues. So some of you guys might not have heard about this, because I was mostly discussing it in Fort Mangs and some of the other social media sites I frequent. But it's not like it's a well-kept secret or anything. But back in about, I'd say, January, March, February, around that time, at the start of 2017, I was starting to notice that my health was getting pretty bad. I started gaining a lot of weight. And I didn't feel good. I was constantly drained. My sleep schedule was a complete mess. It was all over the place. I woke up in the middle of the day. I went to bed during the morning. It was not good. And I think a lot of it was just stress from YouTube. Now, a lot of people probably think that working with YouTube is this amazing job and it's just fantastic and everything's jolly. But truth is that it's really tough because there's just so many hours sitting on your ass editing. And when you work, I mean, I used to work at a storehouse and at a school and in a kindergarten, and these jobs involve running around all day. I was so tired when I got home from work, but I also got a lot of exercise. When I started working with YouTube, I quickly realized that going to the gym once or twice a week was not anywhere near enough. As I said, I started gaining a lot of weights. When you start gaining a lot of weight, there's this evil cycle you get into where you start eating shit because you stop caring. And you eat crap, you don't sleep well. I just remember being tired all the time, and eventually it got to the point where I got a ringing in my ear. I don't even know how. I got a ringing in my ear, and I just felt awful all the time, and it just got louder and louder and louder, and my doctor said that that was probably due to like a lot of stress and tension in your body. So around June, July, summer 2017, I basically looked myself in the mirror and I said, okay, Mangs, you got two options right now. You either stop this YouTube thing, because if you keep going at this rate, you're gonna end up in a very bad place. So you either stop YouTube and you go back working at the storehouse or whatever you want to do, or you start eating well and you start exercising every single day. And with me, I'm sort of like 100% 0% guy. Either I commit to something 100% or I don't commit at all. I'm not a guy who can do things half-assed. So basically, I thought a lot about it, and I considered the other option of quitting YouTube for a little while. And then I was like, no. So since that day, I've been going to the gym every single day. I wake up at like 7 or 8 in the morning, sometimes earlier. And I go to the gym and I work out, weights one day and then cardio the other day. I alternate. Then I get back home, and then I work, and then I eat properly. I make all my food myself. I eat vegetables. You know, I don't eat sugar anymore. And I've been doing that for 6 months now, ever since June, and the changes have been absolutely insane. I mean, if you look at some of my old webcam videos from last year, I'm sure you can notice there's a big difference if you just look at my face. But in terms of weight loss, I have actually lost, let's see, I have to convert this into pounds because most of the people watching this are they're Americans, but I have lost, in total now, I have lost 15 kilograms. I think that is roughly, I'll just put it up on the screen post-production. I'm too lazy to make the math in my head right now, but it's a lot. It's a lot. And I still have a long way to go, to be completely honest. It's a lot of weight that I've lost in 6 months. But I'm probably only halfway there. I think I need to lose 15 kilograms more to reach my ideal body weight. Now, keep in mind, I'm a big guy. I'm a very big guy. I'm like 6'2", and I'm huge. So I will always weigh a lot, regardless of my physical health, just because of my body size. But I think 15 more kilograms is what I need to lose before I'm back at my ideal body weight, where I'm actually healthy. So it's probably going to be... I'm probably not going to reach my ideal body weight until 2018, like the summer of 2018, if I keep going at this rate. And I can only imagine that the remaining 15 kilograms that I plan on losing are going to be a lot tougher than the 15 first ones. So I'm probably going to have to work even harder. But I see no reason why I should quit now. I'm kind of into it. And the change in my mental health is just... it's night and day, I'm telling you. This is my personal advice to anyone out there who struggles with depression, who struggles with, you know, any issues like that. Just get your ass down to the gym, seriously, especially the guys. Weightlifting, cardio, I mean, whatever you can find that you like doing. Exercising is the biggest antidepressant in the world. Don't take pills. Do not let your doctor prescribe those pills. My doctor tried prescribing antidepressants to me. I rejected those things. I do not want to put that shit in my body. So just get out and work out. My mother once said that, you know, when you're mentally ill, that is usually because your body is ill. Mental illness can often come from your body not being healthy. It's kind of like your body's way of telling you that something's wrong. And looking back at how my mental state was in like January, February, March, I was definitely massively depressed. And now I feel like I'm out of it, but I also feel like bad habits are still threatening to come back and I need to keep myself in check. But it's definitely looking a lot lighter now. I'm a lot slimmer, but I still have a long way to go. But it was a hard lesson to learn. I definitely did not expect the side effects of starting to work in like video editing, which is basically what I do, to be that severe. But, you know, I'm 28 years old right now, and I think when you close in on your 30s, you start to realize that your body isn't as young as healthy anymore as it used to be. And, you know, when you're 20, when you're 18, 19, 20, you can kind of like don't give a shit, and you can eat frozen pizza for food every day, and your body's so young and strong, it kind of just recovers. But as you start to close in on in your late 20s, you will definitely start to get punished a lot more by bad decisions because your body's just not going to put up with it. I remember having constant back pains when I was doing Let's Plays, just constant back pains. I was taking painkillers before recording every episode just to try and numb it down a little bit. It was actually physically difficult for me to just sit 30 minutes and record a Let's Play. That's how much pain I was in. Absolutely crazy that I didn't do anything about it sooner, but that's the kind of guy I am. I either go 100% or 0%. It's a bit of a stupid thing, but it does mean that when I actually decide to commit to something, that I do it really well. It's just that sometimes I have a bit of difficulties getting there. But my health is definitely a lot better. Thank you for all the well wishes and concerns. You guys been absolutely lovely. And yeah, I'm on a good path right now, and I see no reason to quit now. Okay, so now it's time for the serious topic. And yeah, I'm just gonna warn you guys, I might say bad words in this one. I don't know how emotional I'm gonna get, but this is definitely an issue that it's been on my mind for a very long time, and I think it's about time we talk about it. 2017, I think, when we look back at it, will be the year of false accusations and allegations. I've been paying a lot of attention to politics this year, especially American politics. And it's absolutely insane to see how many accusations gets thrown around these days. I mean, to be fair, many of them end up being true or valid, but there's a lot of false accusations going about as well. And people have kind of figured out that an accusation by itself is actually enough to bring someone down. Most of the time, you don't actually need to prove it. As long as enough people step forward and accuse someone of something, then that usually does the job of smearing said person's reputation. And this is absolutely awful, and this has really been flowing over into a lot of different things. You know, many YouTubers have been involved in similar drama. And personally, myself, I got hit pretty hard about 3 to 4 months back. I woke up one day to a massive shitstorm. 50 plus messages, notifications everywhere, people wanting to get in touch with me, comments on my videos. Some idiot on Twitter had tweeted out, and I don't remember the exact tweet, nor do I want to give the guy any attention. He tweeted out that I was basically blackmailing or extorting nude pictures out of my female fans. That was the narrative they were running with, and you know, it caught speed, it spread like wildfire, people came out with their own allegations, and I was expecting some logs to show up, because I was like, I've been speaking to a lot of people already. I do not ever remember blackmailing or extorting nudes out of anyone, because I don't do that shit, but I have flirted with female fans in the past. And I definitely have gotten pictures that were sexual in nature. And this is not something that I keep hidden. I'm a bit of a flirt, everyone knows this. So I was expecting some sort of logs to surface, and maybe I was like, oh crap, was I drunk one night and spoke to a fan, and what have I done? But of course I searched my mind and I realized that I had done nothing of the sort. And what ended up happening, of course, was, well, nothing. Nobody had any evidence at all. It was just accusations, it was just made up shit. And of course, that didn't stop people from blowing it out of proportions, because one thing you gotta realize is that if you grow in popularity, there's bound to be something like this happening at some point. Every big YouTuber that I know of have gone through some sort of scandal. Once false accusations hit you, every single person who you have pissed off in the past will come forward against you. It's like you have to deal with all the demons of your past. Everyone you've ever pissed off in the comment section, everyone you ever made fun of, anyone who has a burning hatred for you, either out of jealousy or spite, they're gonna come forward and they're gonna back these accusations because they hate your guts and they want to see you fucking fail. So once allegations of this nature are charged against you, you better be prepared to deal with a lot of people who really hate your guts. And I saw some of the worst things said about me that I have ever seen in my YouTube career. People saying, I don't care if this is true or not, Mangs is an idiot, he deserves it, so I'm just gonna pretend it's true until proven otherwise. There were people like, oh, finally Mangs is getting what he deserves, this is the end of his career, like, I hope that bald fucking asshole, you know, I hope he burns in hell for this. Like, it's so nice to see that Mangs is finally paying for all the things he's done. So many angry people, and of course I didn't care about those guys, but the people that I spent the most time with were people, my friends on the internet, people, other YouTubers like Gast and Mecca and all those guys who obviously were pretty concerned because they are associated with me, and if these allegations actually proved to be true, which of course they were not, they were worried too because, you know, they don't want to be associated with someone if that turns out to be true. So I was doing just damage control. I was just talking to a lot of people all day, just assuring them that this was fake, and that, you know, I knew that they weren't going to post anything because I knew they didn't have any evidence. And as the days went by, people started getting more hungry for evidence, and they started pressing the accusers. I think there were multiple ones, I don't know, I didn't honestly have enough energy to look into it. But of course people were hungry for evidence, and they were presented no evidence. And some of the people who made the charges, they said stupid things like, oh, if you want to not believe it, then that's your problem, I know that this is true. And it was just a big nothing burger. And as the shitstorm started to calm down a bit, I started to regain my sanity. That was tough. I'm just gonna say, I'm gonna stop knocking my head into the microphone. That was probably some of the toughest shit I have ever done or ever had to deal with. Being accused like that, it's not fun. I consider myself a pretty tough person. I can take a lot of abuse. I can take a lot of shit. But that came close to breaking me, I'm gonna be honest. I was walking outside just going like, is this just the day that I just quit YouTube? Because I don't know, I'm sure if I don't want to deal with this shit. I was really broken on the third day. I had not slept. I was just in a miserable state because of all the accusations. And it was just really sad to see so many people jump at those accusations without demanding any evidence. But then actually on the third day, Mecca came out, and he actually stood up for me, and he was like, he decided to investigate the accusations, and he talked with some of the people involved, and he came to the conclusion that nothing wrong had happened. And he made a big post on Reddit that got like a lot of upvotes, and he said basically like, Mangs did not do anything wrong. He may have acted a bit, you know, creepy, like he may have flirted with some girls, but he did nothing wrong, and he did not blackmail or extort anyone. And after that, a lot of people started coming out, apologizing to me, saying like a lot of the people from the Fire Emblem subreddit came out, and I really gained a new appreciation for that place, because they all came out and were like, sorry Mangs, I'm so sorry for jumping on this, I should have known better. And I got like probably 50 plus apologies from different people sent to me, so that helped a lot. And yeah, after that I felt like I was reborn in a way. It was some of the hardest things I've ever had to deal with. But after it was over, I felt like I was encased in armor. I was like, you know what? I'm glad this happened. I'm glad we got it over with, because I sort of had... I had it coming. Let's just be honest. I'm a bit of a dick online. I had it coming. But I know that if this shit happens again, and it probably will happen again, the next time it happens, it's just gonna... Because I know they don't got anything. And you know, if some people try to go out and accuse me of something again, I've been through it, you know, I'm not afraid. But it was a really, really difficult experience, to say the least. However, what I want to talk about isn't just me. Well, I've been talking about me for 7 minutes now, but the point that I want to make with all of this is the nature of false allegations and why we need to stop making them, okay? Because here's the thing. That little asshole who made that tweet, I don't know who he is, I don't care. But here's the thing. When you make an allegation like that, an uncredible allegation with no evidence, who does it hurt? Who does it hurt? It doesn't hurt me. I mean, I had 3 tough days, but I got over it. I'm still here. I'm still making videos. My fans are still watching me. So it didn't hurt me. I would argue that it makes me stronger, actually. It made me stronger because I learned to deal with that crap. And the next time, if I encounter that shit again, it's just gonna bounce off me because I've been through it. It hurts someone. And I'm gonna tell you who it hurts. And this is why this is so serious. If you're an asshole that makes false allegations online, either without evidence because you don't know better, or if you blatantly make false accusations to try and bring someone down, you know who you're hurting? You're hurting the real victims. The real victims who needs to be heard. Those are the guys who are suffering because you want your little moment in the sun. Imagine that guy who called me out on Twitter, that guy who made that stupid tweet about me being a predator or whatever. Imagine if he, the next week, had a female friend. I'm just gonna say female. I know that guys and girls can both be harassed online, but let's just say it's a girl for simplicity's sake. Let's say that he has a female friend who comes over to him and she says, some guy's blackmailing pictures out of me. Can you please, like, help me? And he decides to call that guy out on Twitter, right? What are people gonna say? Oh, you're that guy who falsely accused Mangs. We're not gonna listen to you. You've already proven to be a liar, so we're not gonna take you seriously at all. In fact, we're going to support that guy because he's probably getting falsely accused too, just like Mangs. And as a result, that person who really needs to be heard, that victim of abuse, is not getting heard because you spread false accusations. Ever heard the story about the girl who cried wolf? You know, the girl who kept crying wolf, wolf, wolf to piss off some villagers, and then when the wolf actually came and she cried wolf, 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 nobody listened to her because she always just cried wolf, and then the wolf ate everyone. It's the same thing. Whenever you spread false accusations online, without evidence or without proof, you are actually devaluing the credibility of all the other accusations out there. Because if people see false accusations everywhere, they're gonna lose interest. You know what I think now? Whenever I see a politician or some famous guy being accused of being a sexual predator or something online, you know what I think? I just think, oh, it's just some other guy who's getting targeted. I hardly care anymore, and that's terrible. But the reason why I hardly care anymore, because everyone is getting falsely accused. Now, some of these people are guilty, but my point is that some of them are probably not. The point is that in 2017, we have made it sort of like a witch hunt sport out of falsely accusing people online, either to bring them down or just for shits and giggles. And it has to stop, because it makes it easier for the actual predators out there to get away with shit. Because let's say that I was actually blackmailing and extorting pictures out of girls online. If someone accused me of it, I could just say, nah, it's just fake news. Because, you know, everyone else gets falsely accused. It's just fake. And people would believe me because everyone else gets falsely accused. This has to stop. Whenever you make false accusations online, you are hurting the real victims and you are letting the real predators get away with it. You are scum. And you gotta stop. This is why I cannot take social justice warriors seriously, because they are notorious for doing this shit. They are notorious for accusing people falsely without evidence, without any proof. Alright? If you're one of those people who have done this in 2017, fuck you. You are scum. Stop it. This is seriously one of the things I hate most about 2017. And there's a lot of things to hate in 2017, let me just tell you that. This is some of the things that I hate the most. It's absolutely fucking atrocious. And I would like to close off with this statement right here. One of the things that are so important about this whole issue, and one of the things that I really want to stress right now, to rephrase it, I hate the concept of calling people out. I've seen this statement being said a lot. Like, someone needs to call Mangs out for his rude behavior. I hate the concept of calling someone out. Like, you gotta call that guy out. Like, we're some sort of fucking moral judge police, you know? But if there is one thing you really should be calling out now that we're entering into 2018, if you're on Twitter, if you're on Facebook, if you're anywhere on social media, and you see a friend of yours accuse someone without evidence, you call that shit out. You say, you post screenshots, you post sources, or GTFO. Do not make false accusations if you do not have evidence. Because when you make those accusations, even if you think they're real, you have to back it up with evidence. You have to back it up with evidence. Stop going on these stupid witch hunts. And tell people outright, if you see them falsely accusing someone, ask them to post evidence or tell them to shut the fuck up. And if they don't listen, defriend them, unfollow them, block them out. Because we have to really crack down on this shit. because it's hurting people. It's not, I don't care about the people getting accused. I care about the real victims who needs to actually be heard, who are not going to be listened to because everyone thinks that all the accusations are false. All right? So if there's one thing you should be calling out, it's not rude language, it's not microaggressions, it's not people not using the proper gender pronouns, none of that stupid bullshit. Call people out who are falsely accusing others of doing shit online, who are not willing to present proof or evidence, who just wants to create witch hunts or bring people down with the sheer force of the allegations alone. It needs to fucking stop. And if you're doing that, you're scum. All right. I think the rant is over. Anyway, apologies, that's the word I was looking for. Apologies for the harsh language, but this is something that I've been having inside me for a very long time. And I think it was about time I got it out on camera. It's, I'm sorry to take the New Year's vlog in such a dark direction, but I do hope you understand why I'm talking about this, because I think this is something that is one of the big issues of 2017 that we really need to confront about ourselves moving into 2018. We gotta stop this shit. It's been going on for too long, and it needs to come to an end. Anyway, let's move over to the final segment. Alright, so with that very angry segment over, it's time to end this video on a positive note. It's time to give some praise and thank the people that has made 2017 easier for me. While I am mostly a one-man crew and I do pretty much everything on the channel myself, there are still some people helping me behind the scenes that I'm very grateful for, and people that I definitely hope will help me through 2018 as well. It's always a bit scary to do these lists because I'm afraid I might forget about someone, but I'm pretty sure I got everyone. So the first one I would like to thank is, of course, I don't think this comes as any surprise, is my lovely designer, Mina Tangerina, who helps make my channel beautiful, and you know, I'm really grateful to have her in my inner circle of friends. She's not just my designer, she's also a very good friend. She's one of the few people online that I actually confide in. I usually go and ask her for advice whenever I'm troubled, both life advice and channel advice, and Mina always gives really good advice. She has a fantastic work ethic. She's a real workhorse. You know, I give her a bunch of jobs and she just completes them, usually in pretty quick fashion. So I'm really happy to have her. I would like to have Mina as my designer for as long as I do YouTube, and for as long as she wants to be my designer. And that's really also, if I were to give like one big tips to any like YouTuber who wants to do YouTube seriously, you should definitely get a designer to do your thumbnails and channel art and all that good stuff, because it really will make your channel so much more beautiful. So that's definitely a very sound advice. So thank you so much, Mina, for everything you've done for me in 2017. Here's for hopefully one amazing year together in 2018. The second person I would like to thank is a good friend that I recently met. Well, not so recently, I've known him for a little while, but his name is Fake Mangs. And he is the sole reason why we got European core quests, and also the reason why we got a Fire Emblem Warriors LP on this channel, because Fake Mangs, he borrowed me his 3DS. He also borrowed me his Switch with the Elgato capture card. He just sent it to me. I was like, dude, come on, let me pay for the transition fee at the very least. And he was like, no, I want to do this. Fake Mangs is probably one of the nicest guys I've ever met. He's so friendly and he's so helpful and just really an amazing individual. Usually I chat with him on Skype and we play some Hearthstone together just to relax. And yeah, he's a very good friend, and I'm very grateful to Fake Mangs. And you guys should be too, because thanks to him we got European Core Quest, and we'll probably also get a Fire Emblem 16 LP on this channel thanks to him as well, so I'm very grateful for that. Then I would like to thank Mecha. Mecha, of course. I think Mecha and I really made some great content together in 2017, and hopefully we will continue to make great content together in 2018. It all started with a wonderful shitpost war, and it culminated in some wonderful LPs that created some timeless memes that will forever be remembered on this channel. Mecha is a very good guy. He is, you know, he has his he has his personality. You know, I think people sometimes aren't aware that me and Mecha, when we do LPs together, I think we mostly play characters. I think we are sort of like parodies of ourselves, but we do actually get along pretty well, and I'm really grateful to have him both as a friend and on this channel. So I'm looking forward to many more great LPs with him in 2018. It's going to be good. Then I would like to thank someone that, if you're hanging out in my Facebook page, Fort Mangs, you definitely know this person. It's none other than Gunnar Fledarv, also known as Agim. He's become a bit of a meme on my Facebook page because he posts there so frequently, and recently I actually just made him the admin of the group because he frequents that site far more than I do. And Agim is a really good guy. I mean, sure, from the outside he might look like this toxic meme lord, but in reality he's actually a really, really cool guy and a really, really friendly person. He's also very helpful. Usually when I want like a very silly thumbnail, like I usually only go to Mina for like, you know, advanced thumbnails and like serious stuff, but whenever I want like a silly thumbnail for a shitpost or something, I'll usually go to Agim and I'll ask him to cook something up, because he's actually pretty good at making these ridiculous edits, and he's pretty cool. Also, if you watch some of my Heroes content, he did show up there as a guest host. So yeah, Agim's a really good guy, and yeah, I hope to have him spam the shit out of my Facebook page in 2018 too. I don't think I need to ask him really. I think he'll do it anyway. Then, another person that I would very much like to thank is someone that I don't think a lot of people know about. His name is Derslendy, or Derslendy? I don't know how you pronounce it. I just call him Slendy. So Slendy is the go-to guy that I go to whenever I need something in the hacking department. If I need like to make, for example, when I made the Mangs and Mecha shitpost where with Mecha training the Devil Axe, Slendy was the one who provided me the ROM with that special mode. And usually when I ask him for something, he gets back to me the same day. And as I said, he's just really helpful. He's also one of the main people working on the PME team. And when I eventually start my Mangs hack, I'll definitely ask Slendy to be on the team there as well. He's also actually made some shitposts that I've uploaded on the channel. He's really good at making videos, actually, and he's also really funny. He has a really good sense of humor. And yeah, I expect many great things from Slendy in 2018. Then I would like to thank someone you all know. I can't imagine you don't know about him if you've been on this channel for a long time. I would like to thank Gast. Gast hasn't had a strong presence on my channel. I think I talked a little bit about this in one of the previous segments, but that will definitely change in 2018. But Gast has still been very helpful. He helped me set up BlueStacks when the old BlueStacks program couldn't run Heroes anymore. Gast is the kind of guy who will sit down with you on Skype and he'll just go you through a bunch of things if you need him to. And that's really nice, and you know, I really like people who take their time and are helpful individuals, and Gast definitely is a very helpful individual. And he has helped me a lot behind the scenes, even though he hasn't been very present on my channel. He's still been a great support for me. Then I would like to thank another person who you guys also probably know really well, and that is Ray, aka Mage Knight 404. Ray has made some appearances on my channel every now and then. He joined me for a majority of my Echoes playthrough and really gave a lot of good advice there. And it's also a good friend that I talk to every now and then, and yeah, hopefully we'll have Ray join us on the channel sometime in 2018 as well, because I do love doing my Let's Plays with Ray. He's always so much fun to have around. He has a lot of energy, and he is also really knowledgeable about Fire Emblem. So yeah, here's to Ray. Then I would like to thank my Discord mods. There has been many more, but some of them aren't mods anymore. But the mods that are currently on there are Sean, Calvin, Frozen Wolf, Inigo, Metadash, Panda, and Sonagi. And we also have a lewd mod, as we call her, Momaji, who frequents the questionable chat in Fortnite. You know what chat I'm talking about. I don't need to mention it. But anyway, I would really like to thank my mods. You guys, you deal with so much shit in my community. Sadly, when a community grows big enough, it will start to attract a lot of weird people, and these guys are very adamant. I know that they often get a lot of crap for banning people that break the rules. In particular, Sean, he's had to deal with a lot of crap over the time he's been admin at Fort Mangs, that is for sure. But I want you guys to know that I really appreciate what you're doing for my community. I am not capable of maintaining my own community myself because I'm so busy with the channel, and I'm really grateful for you guys for doing this for free and just helping me maintain my community, banning toxic people. It really is nice, and I'm really glad that you guys are on the team, and you know, I hope you will stay with me in 2018 as well, though I certainly understand it if you don't want to, because being a mod in Fort Mangs can be a shitty job sometimes. Then I also need to give a big thank you to my script reader team who helps me with the scripts for my spotlights. Right now it consists of Sonagi, Heliosan, and Mecha. I already thanked Mecha, and of course I also mentioned Sonagi very briefly because she's also a mod on my Discord server. But particularly Sonagi, she's been on the team the longest, and she usually does a lot of the grammar work and the amount of work she does for me is absolutely insane. I send her like big scripts of like 6 to 7 pages, and she just goes through them in like a couple of hours and sends them back to me. And she does it absolutely for free, and it is really, really humbling to me that she has stayed on the script reader team for so long. Of course, Helio-san also joined very recently. I would like to give a big thank you to him as well. He usually corrects small details and the like together with Mecha. A person that was part of my scripter team, but who left a while back because he wanted to focus on school, was Nasiro. I will also thank Nasiro very briefly for the work that he did on my scripter team. And just in general, I'm really just happy for this team because you can't write scripts on your own. No matter how good you get, you'll never be able to write scripts 100% on your own. At least they'll always have some mistakes in them. You definitely need some people to go over them and proofread them. That's the best way to go about things, because there will always be mistakes that your eye will not catch. So thank you so much to all my script readers. Thank you so much for the work that you do. I'm very grateful to have you with me. Then I would like to thank the one and only Master NX. Master NX is also one of those guys that he has a YouTube channel, if you don't know, with a lot of soundtrack and a lot of good resources. Master NX is really helpful. Usually whenever I need something, like for example voice clips from Fire Emblem Heroes, I will usually go to him and he'll compile me a list of voice clips in a zip file and send it to me. And thanks to Master NX, I'm able to use those clips to improve my videos. And he's just really helpful. If I need something, I'll usually go and ask him, and he will usually get back to me within the day. He's just a very helpful individual, really nice guy, and I'm really grateful for everything that he has done. Then I would like to thank one particular fan, and that is Noe Green. You might have seen Noe. She hangs out in my Discord a lot, and she also watches my streams. She's a frequent donator, but that's not actually why I'm bringing her up. Noe sends me a lot of nice messages on Discord, and I get a lot of nice messages from fans, but Noe in particular, you know, I usually log on Discord, and there's usually always a message from Noe there saying like, "Hi Mangs, hope you're having a good day. You know, I enjoy your content." And before every stream, Noe is like, she always sends me a message like, "Oh, I'm looking forward to tonight's stream." And then if she can't make it, she usually sends me a message like, "I'm sorry, I can't attend the stream." I'm like, I think I sent her a message back going like, "Man, you're probably the most loyal fan anyone could ever ask for. It's really nice to have you here." So, while, you know, I'm not really good at responding to all the messages I get because I get a lot of them, but the messages that I get from Noe, even though I can't always respond to them, really puts a smile on my face, and it's really nice to see. She's just a dedicated fan, and it's really nice to see. I don't want to necessarily like rate my fans and say some fans are better than others, because I really appreciate you all, but I just really felt like giving Noe a special shout out because she always makes me smile. Then I would like to finish off by thanking my Patreon supporters. It's always, I really have to say that it was a tough decision to actually make a Patreon. I didn't actually like doing it. I dwelled on it for an entire week, and I discussed it a lot with Mina, like whether or not I should make a Patreon page or not. But the truth of the matter is that if it weren't for my Patreon page, I probably wouldn't be able to do this as much, due to the apocalypse, due to all the shit that we've been through. So anyone who has ever supported me on Patreon, whether or not it's just been for a short while or those who have stuck with me, I really, really am grateful to you guys, and yeah, I'm really, I can't find the words really to express how grateful I am for you guys for supporting me. It means a lot to me personally. It's a really humbling experience. So I compiled a list of the 15 most generous Patreons. I was actually just going to do 10, but then I was like, no, I have to do 15 because I want to get all these people in. So here is the list of these are the 15 most generous Patreon contributors of 2017. Phantom Fang, Daniel Song, Patrick Reed, Jordan Shank, Noe Green, Dragonist97, Ryan Lanch, Brett O, Kane Plates, Heatwave, Momiji, Madison Becht, Aldro Enriquez, Gunnar Fledarf, and Frederick Wandenhoff. Thank you so much, and to everyone who did make this list as well, thank you so much. I'd sit and read up all your names if I had the time for it, but this video is long enough as it is. Thank you so much again. I don't know what to say other than just thank you for your support. So I think that will be the end of this video. I think I got to say everything that I wanted to say. Make sure you tune in for tonight's New Year's Eve stream. It's gonna be a couple hours from now, so I'll try to notify you all on Discord, Twitter, and I'll post a message on YouTube as well, so you guys don't miss it. I'll be streaming for quite some time. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I bought a nice bottle of wine, and I'm looking forward to drinking it while playing games with you all. 2017 was a really good year for this channel, for the Fire Emblem franchise.
For me, personally, I feel like I've accomplished a lot, especially the last 6 months of it, even though the first 6 months were very tough. Sometimes I gotta be honest with you guys, sometimes I do wonder how long I can continue to do this. I'm not gonna lie, every time I'm home, my parents are like, when are you gonna get a real job? And I'm like, Mom and Dad, this is a real job. And they were like, yeah, but when are you going to get a real job? So sometimes I lay awake at night and I go like, this is just like, can I really continue to do this year in, year out? I love doing it. I've had more fun in 2017 than I've had any other year combined, if I'm going to be completely honest. This probably would be been one of the best years of my life. Being able to do this every day, doing what I love, creating content for people, actually seeing how much people are enjoying my content. It's truly something to be grateful for. I try to remind myself of that every single day I wake up. I try to be grateful for everything that I have, for the people who appreciate my content. It's a feeling like no other. Really it is. I don't think it's possible to explain it with words, but I really am grateful for it. Anyway, before I ramble on for too long, I think it's probably time to to close off this video. But yeah, 2017 was a good year, and here's to 2018. Looking forward to what it has in store. I hope you guys are as well. You're the best fans in the world. My name is Mangs, and I'll see you guys later tonight. Don't miss the stream. Or if you're going out to get your face get your face shit drunked, as I almost said. I do hope you will enjoy that too. If Augim doesn't ruin the stream, then I might upload it on YouTube. Well, we will see. Anyway, have a wonderful New Year's Eve, guys. See you in 2018. Goodbye.